Good day, beautiful viewers. You are welcome to your favorite program, The Conversation, coming to you from TV 360 here in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Nelson Ekujumi, and I have here with me in the studio Richard Adeyinka Emmanuel. Babarichi, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. We are back again.
To discuss Nigeria,
and
the other issues.
Oh, God.
Yes. Well, viewers, you are welcome to The Conversation, which is your topical issues conversation program in which we look at recent happenings both here in Nigeria as well as in the diaspora. And the top of our bill today, we want to start with the present issue that is dominating the media space, which is the fuel pricing issue. You recollect that the Dangote refinery management refused to disclose the costs of sales of the PMS, shifting the responsibility to a subcommittee set up by the federal government. And when the NNPCL, through its spokesman, Mr. Olufemi Soneye, released a press statement of an estimated cost of PMS from Dangote refinery, the Dangote refinery quickly ran back, debunked that price as well as that press statement, but refused to disclose its price. So a lot of us have been, we have been aghast that what sort of emotional blackmail is this from the Dangote refinery? You own your product. You are so to determine your cost of production and the cost of sales that will make you break even. Why are you shifting the responsibility to another body entirely, the subcommittee? And even if the subcommittee is to take up that responsibility on your behalf, if NNPC, which I believe strongly is also a member of that subcommittee, has come out to say, this is the estimated, and you now ran up and you said it's a mischief, you called it us, honestly, I don't know. I believe strongly that this emotional blackmail that Dangote is playing with Nigerians must be condemned.
Well,
That's my opinion.
I will not condemn Dangote. I will think that the back and forth is to hide something. The two parties are hiding something.
You think so?
Sure. There is something they are not telling us. Both parties, the NNPC and Dangote. That is why whatever NNPC says, NNPC says, Dangote will counter.
But Baba Richie, you and I know that this thing is an open market. I don't know what could they have been hiding.
There is something that is preventing Dangote to sell directly on, I'm selling at 500 naira per liter, or I'm selling at 900 naira, whatever the price. Willing buyer, willing seller.
Yes.
Come and take.
Yes.
This is what you will buy it. Yes. So I don't see why NNPC should even be involved in the first place. NNPCL is also like any other operator, like Total, like any other running
major marketer.
Yes, running petrol stations. So all of them is like, why is Total not doing so? Why is
Mobile
not doing so? Other stations, why are they not doing so? Why NNPC? That tells you that something is happening behind the scene.
No, I don't agree.
Completely, that something is forcing Dangote from even disclosing how much it is selling to Dangote.
Okay,
to NNPC.
Okay, Richie, my own, I followed the industry. I followed it religiously.
Yeah.
And I can tell you for free that before now, all marketers complained that Dangote refinery was trying to sell to them through a third party.
Which is NNPC.
No. That was MRS.
Okay.
Okay. Some persons have come out to say belongs to Dangote's cousin or nephew. They complain bitterly that they have approached him that, look, we are willing to buy. But he's telling them that he cannot sell to them. He's going to sell to them through a third party.
Yes.
Which they have complained that that it will add to their cost.
Yes.
That is one. That is also, I'm aware that at a point in time, they complained bitterly that they want the product from Dangote. They want to be lifting it by vessels.
Yes.
That Dangote refinery refused and said they should only use trucks. Meanwhile, they said if they use vessels, the volume that a vessel will move at once is equivalent to what about 6,000 plus trucks will move, that it adds to their cost. So now, NNPCL, because of its liquidity backing,
Yes.
has now come forward to fill that gap again.
To say, I will
I
buy
will be the off-taker. I will buy from you.
and then distribute
Yes,
to...
but what I see there is that Dangote Refinery, recognizing that other marketers, if they recognize that he's selling directly to them and his prices be above what they can get from other sources,
Yeah.
that they will boycott it. So I see Dangote Refinery at this point in time trying to blackmail them to put the blame on NNPC. Meanwhile, NNPCL is not the owner of the petrol.
That is the puzzling thing
Yes.
in all of this.
Yes, NNPC, because right now, and you see, this back and forth has even taken our attention to ask NNPCL, the Port Harcourt refinery that you said is going to function in September. No, this is still September. They didn't give you a specific time.
They've been... Do
No.
you still believe it?
I want to believe it.
You want to believe
I believe.
How many times has NNPC...
No, you see, Richie, they have said severally, and
they have failed.
They have failed. Yes, I agree.
So
if they have said it again, I want to give them the benefit of that
again?
another time. Yes, I want to. Yes,
No,
because you know why I want to give them the
Forget
benefit. You know why I want to
NNPC.
give them the benefit of that.
Yes.
Because there's no other alternative. One, a critical resolution of our energy crisis, the fuel sector,
Yes.
is if our local refineries are functioning.
Yes.
If our local refineries are functioning, it will reduce the pressure on our naira. Our naira will show up.
Well, it is not looking, for me, it's not looking like that. From what you have said now, we still want to have some middlemen trying to come in between Dangote and the other marketers. That alone suggests that they will have their own. Which normally,
if you are you have employed staff, you are renting service, you must get paid for it.
That will also add to the cost.
Yes.
So, why it is impossible to just walk in, buy and go out from both sides, I don't know.
You mean the other marketers?
Other marketers just walk in, just like somebody is selling rice. You want to eat rice, go in to the restaurant and eat. Why is Dangote? See, I said there is something behind the scene.
I don't think so.
There is something we are not telling us.
Richard, the something behind it is that you see what Dangote Refinery is trying to do from my own analysis of the whole situation is that it's trying to deflect the responsibility from itself to NNPC. That is the only thing I've seen there.
You think it is ordinary?
No,
because
I said they are playing emotional blackmail.
You can't blackmail. For me, Dangote does not. In the past, he has had support from Nigerians.
Yes.
From the time of the quality of its product and all.
All those ones were.
And Nigerians have supported him.
Were an orchestrated campaign.
Yes, and Nigerians have supported him to this point. Now, that support was based on the fact that the promise, the argument we've had in the media everywhere, that if we produce petrol here, that it will become cheaper than what we import.
Richard.
That is what Nigerians believe.
Wait, Richard. That is what Nigerians believe. But you and I know that the role of the media is to educate and inform.
Yes.
We should also educate Nigerians to recognize that crude oil is an international product. Priced in dollars.
That is one other thing we should not fail to acknowledge.
Okay.
That if Yoruba has a proverb that nini moson kamuki kon. If this oil is taken from the land that belongs to Nigerians.
Yes.
And you now want to sell to them the way you will sell. I understand the argument of crude oil being an international citizen.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
However, what you will have, and Niger Delta is a clear example that people won't find, with time, people won't find it funny.
No, but Richard,
If you are selling just like we are importing,
yeah.
if there is no difference between what you sell and what used to be when we import,
But Richard, let us get Richard.
it
Wait.
has implications on
I,
its own.
I understand what you are saying, but you and I know that the price of this commodity is not fixed.
Nigeria, we must find a way
Just hold on now.
that will reduce pressure on Nigerians.
Richard, hold on. I agree absolutely with you. Even right now, you and I know that the government is bearing part of the costs. You and I know that. Because right now in NNPCL stations, retail outlets, I bought fuel yesterday. I don't know when you bought yours. I bought it at 855 naira per litre. Abi? You saw it.
The one I bought was 891.
891. Before I bought it at 855 naira per litre at NNPC retail outlet. In some of the major marketers, I bought it at 868. I've bought at Mobile. I've bought at MRS.
Okay.
I've bought at Total.
Okay.
Then I've also seen some, like the one AP transformed into.
Okay, yes.
That one is 870.
Okay. In fact, that one I said in Unilag was 891.
Was it? So, even as we speak now, if you come to my part of Lagos, you see some petrol stations by independent marketers selling it at 990, 995. So what we are saying here is that we are looking for a solution to this problem. And the solution is that let us even know how much it will cost. Then the government will now decide how much of the burden it wants to bear. Because we know that fuel is a national security product.
In fact, that's the key word here, that Nigerians or even the government should recognize that.
No, the government is aware. That's why they are still holding on to. That's why you agreed with me that even right now at the price we are buying, the government is still bearing the burden from the ones, till now, NNPCL has been the only importer of PMS.
Yes.
And from the research, the landing cost of PMS is 1,120 naira. So if we are producing it locally, don't forget that the crude oil was sold to Dangote Refinery in dollars. And the PMS is selling to NNPCL now, is also selling it in dollars. The Naira exchange system, transaction system, will take place from October 1. So what we are saying here is that if we are buying locally, as time progresses, the value of our Naira goes up, because now, with even Dangote Refinery and our local refineries, we begin exports. When we export, we earn Forex. By then, our economy will bolster up the value of the Naira. So even
I hope it can be that straightforward.
No, it's
I hope
it's common. It's common.
Don't say in Nigeria anything that looks straightforward is not straightforward. No. If it is straightforward elsewhere, when it comes to Nigeria,
why?
It is not straightforward.
Nigeria is different.
Our economy has defied every logic.
Because we run we run a disorganized economy. That's why it has defied logic.
Who we organize it?
That is the reason for the PIA to regulate that oil industry particularly. And you and I know that our oil is the major revenue earner for this country.
Yes.
So now we expect, as scientists, you make your calculations, you put everything on the table, you expect to get a result.
Yes.
If you get contrary, you go and look at your parameters again, that maybe there was something you mix more than the other.
In our own case, look at the MPR of CBN. Since last year, it's been on the increase. In order to control whatever currencies
to manage inflation.
But you see that it has not worked. It does not control inflation. That is why I said that whatever looks straightforward, whatever economic theories other countries have adopted and that have worked for them, when they come to Nigeria, when we want to practice that, it will just fail.
No, Richie.
And that is solely on the table of the federal government.
You see, the reasons for our inflation is beyond the macroeconomic policies of the CBN. There's the fiscal side also.
Yes.
Which the government at the various tiers needs to address.
Yes, but
So
I don't want you to push it to ordinary Nigerians at the micro level.
No, I'm not. You know, the CBN has a role to play. The CBN will play it. Okay, for example, you are aware that the governments at various levels have been distributing rice and other foodstuffs. The CBN came up and said that distribution is driving up inflation. Because the man in the market, instead of him to face the reality that there's few cash in circulation, now believes the government will come and mop up his product. So because of that, he continues to hike prices. So the CBN will play the role it can play. The CBN will not be everywhere. So the other arms of government also have a role to play, just like this. So what we are saying here is that the fuel issue is one that we expect, we will project, even as a people. Our budget is made on projections that we have built 10 roads this year. Next year we are going to build 20 roads. And even if you say we are going to build 20 roads, it's subject to availability of cash and so many other things.
Yeah.
Even the weather is also a factor.
It is.
So we expect that going forward, that the local refineries will start functioning.
Aside the Dangote
refinery, we need
other modular refineries.
Yes, other modular refineries.
Come in
so that
the
prices will be competitive.
I
want
hope
competition in that industry.
It will be competitive, because Nigeria has shown over time that when we expect something to be straightforward, that's it. The opposite is always the result.
Richard, I won't be a pessimist like you. This is I'm
based on what is on ground.
I'm an optimist.
Based on what has been promised over time by government, by NNPC, by everybody.
Well, we want to believe strongly that
it will work this time.
That things will work this time. I want to encourage all.
I want to hope so.
Yes, I want to encourage all Nigerians to hang on to that hope. That is the only tonic that keeps us alive. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we want to call it a wrap on this first time of the program. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Please continue to watch the conversation on TV 360. We'll be right back.